The stage measurement, velocity measurement. Different types of stages, the stage recorder used, and different current meters used for the velocity measurement. So today we will start the stream flow or discharge measurement. Like I told in the last class, that is the discharge usually very tedious. This discharge measurement is very tedious and it is very costly to measure on daily basis. Therefore, the stage is measured and using the rating curve of that gauging station. Rating curve, that is means the discharge relationship between the discharge and the stage. Using that rating curve, the discharge is estimated. Discharge is not measured in the daily basis. However, to develop that rating curve, we need discharge and corresponding stage data. Since in the last class we already covered the stage measurement, so today we will discuss about this discharge measurement. Once discharge measurement is over, then we can develop the rating curve. From the rating curve, then once the rating curve is developed, then from stage data we can estimate the discharge. So direct method of discharge measurement and there is indirect method. Directly we will get the discharge data here using this 4 method, and indirectly we will get the discharge data. Data. In the direct estimation method, is area velocity method, dilution technique, electromagnetic method, ultrasonic method. Indirect determination of stream discharge, that is flow measuring structure, slope area method. Okay. Out of this, only area velocity and dilution technique, these two are in syllabus, whereas this electromagnetic, ultrasound, flow measuring and slope area method are not in syllabus. However, we will discuss these two methods for measuring structures and slope area method, that we will discuss little bit. However, it is not in a syllabus. First is area velocity method. In this method, the whole cross section, this is the cross section of a river or stream. The whole cross section is divided into many segments. This is one segment, this is one segment, this is one segment, this is one segment. Like this, we are divided into n-1 segments. Means we will get total n number of width. N number of width. Okay. The area of cross section and the velocity. This area of cross section, this area of cross section and the velocity is measured. Of each segment is measured. Of each segment. Then the discharge is calculated by taking the sum of the discharge of each segment. So each segment discharge, this is one segment, this is one segment, this is one segment, this is one segment, this is one segment. There are n-1 number of segments. Discharge will be estimated for each segment, and then total is summed up to get the total discharge. The total discharge is, this is the first segment, this is the last segment. The discharge of the first segment plus last segment, this one is the last one, plus all medium segment. All medium segments from this 2 second to this n-2. From here to here, all segments are called mid segments. These two are called end segments. The first and the last segment is called end segment. So discharge, total discharge is discharge of the first segment plus discharge of all the mid segment and plus discharge of the last segment. Here from mid sections, from this 2 to n-2, for the mid sections, the discharge is estimated using this formula, that is y into average width into velocity. Average width means, for this section, Let this is the section of I section. This side width, this side width means for I section Wi and Wi plus 1. This side section by 2 plus this side section by 2 is the average width. That means half this side, half of this side. This is the average width. Means average width of mid sections are considered half from both sides. From this side half, this side half. However, for two end section. So once we get to the mid section, this mid section average width we get, then the floor depth into velocity will give the discharge. Okay. For the two end section, for the first and the last section, this 1 and n minus 1, it will be y1 into w1 plus w2 by 2, means this is the w1. Okay, this is the w1 by 2. W1 plus W2 by 2 whole square, okay, divided by 2W1 into V1, the velocity here, whatever we have measured. Okay, the Y1 means this is the depth, okay, this depth into this is the average width. Average width is W1 plus W2 by 2 whole square divided by 2W1. W1 means from the starting point to the section 1, the distance. This distance is W1, and W2 is the from first segment to second segment, that is W2. Similarly, for the last section, this W1 n minus 1, that will be QW1 minus 1 will be Y1 minus 1 means Y. Oh, this will be yn minus 1. Yn minus 1, this depth into the velocity, Bn minus 1 into average width. Here average width is Wn means this width plus Wn minus 1, this width by 2 whole square divided by 2Wn. So this is depth into velocity into average width, which will give you the discharge of this end section. So discharge of first section, and this is discharge of second section, and these are the discharge of the mid sections. Again, I want to say for mid section, the depth into velocity of the segment. Okay, let for this segment, this depth into the velocity here, and this segment into average width, means this side half, this side half. If this length is the average width for the all the mid sections, for this mid sections. Okay, so for all the mid section, it will be half of that left portion, half of the right portion. Okay, like this, the discharge is calculated for each segment, and then total discharge is calculated by adding all the discharge of all the segments. Let's solve our problem. The rating curve of a current meter is given by this expression: B is equal to 0.51 ns plus 0.03 meter per second, where ns is the revolution per second. This ns is the revolution per second, and discharge if the current meter reading is as shown in table below. This is the current meter reading. As I told in the last class, the velocity is measured using current meter, and the velocity is a linear relationship with the number of revolutions per second. And this is ANS plus B that we discussed. A is here 0.51, B is 0.03. Okay, so velocity expression is given, and the discharge if current meter reading is as shown in table below. The discharge from left means here this is a section. I've drawn this section. Okay, starting from this left point, 0. Okay, left 1, then 3. That means this will be 2 meter. Then left, then 5, then 7, then 9, then 11, then 12. So first width will be 1, next will be 2, okay, next will be 2, next 2, next 2, okay, next 2, and last is 11 to 12, that is 1. The depth will be, corresponding depth will be 1.1 here, 2 here, 2.5, 2, 1.7, 1, 0. Okay, this is the end point. Number of revolution of, here number of revolution is 39, here it is 58, it is 111, 90, here 45 is 30. Time taken for the revolution. Okay, this is the time taken for the revolution. Is 100 here, 100 here, 150, 150. It's 100 for the 45 revolution, 100 for 30 revolution, like this. So here I have to solve this problem. I have to calculate the discharge. First we have to calculate the velocity. Depth is given. Velocity if you can calculate, and average width you can calculate, then you just multiply the velocity with depth and the average width. Will get the discharge of each segment, and the total discharge will add. So velocity here ns will be 39 divided by 100, that is 0.39 for this section. For this section 1 here, first section. For the second section, for this one it will be 0.58, 50 by 100. For this section it will be 112 by 150. Okay, that is ns. 90 divided by 150 for this section, 45 by 100, that is 0.45 for this section, 0.3 for this section. So velocity will be 0.51 into this ns plus 0.03. So we got the velocity. Depth is given, only the width. Average width. Average width will be calculated, as I told, that for the mid sections, all the mid sections from this section to this section, this section, this section, this section, this section, it will be half this that side, left side, half from the right side. That means 2 inch here, here 2 meter. Okay, so half that side means 1, half this side means 1. That is 1 plus 1, 2. So it will be, but for this section, this will be 1, this will be 1. So this total will be 2. For the all mids, for this section it will be half that side 1 plus 1, 2. For this section it will be 1, this side 1, 2. For this section into 1, 1, 2. For the first and last section, okay, for the first section it will be W1 plus W2 by 2 whole square divided by 2 W1. W1 is 1, W2 is 2. For the last section it will be this, okay, this by 2 plus this means Wn plus Wn minus 1 by 2 whole square divided to Wn. Here it is, can calculate here. 1 plus, the first and last sections, it will be 1 plus 2 by 2 whole square divided by 2 will be 1, which is 2 meter. So for this section and this section it is 1, it is 2. For the rest of the segment, it is for the mid sections, it will be 1. 1 plus 1, 2. So velocity is measured at 0.6 depth. The measured velocity is the average velocity. It is saying that measured velocity is measured at 0.6 depth. This is actually giving at 0.6 depth. Okay. So here the depth is less than 3 meter. You see, the depth is less than 3 meter. So velocity should be measured at 0.6 times that. So it's okay. If the velocity is, if the depth is more than 3 meter, then velocity must be measured at two locations. One is at 0.2 depth, another is at 0.8 times depth. So here the depth of all the segment is less than 3 meter. So velocity is measured at 0.6 meter. It's 0.6 times depth. This is the calculation of discharge. Okay. Here average width, like total average width will be calculated. For the first section that is 2, for the last section 2, for the intermediate section 2, 2, 2, 2. So depth is given, velocity we calculated using that formula. NS is here. NS we have calculated, as I told, that NS will be this row divided by this row. Then it is multiply this average width into depth into velocity. It will give you the discharge. So these are the discharge of each segment. Total discharge will be the sum of the all the discharge, which is 6.457 meter cube per second. Next direct method is tracer dilution technique. Means dye test. Here the tracer or the dye is injected into a stream, subject to dilution by the stream. It is injected, okay, then it is after some distance, it will be out from that injection point. It will be fully diluted. Okay, the solution will be fully diluted. So the stream discharge can be determined from the rate of injection, the concentration of the tracer in the injection solution, and the downstream concentration based on the conservation of mass. This tracer dilution technique is fully on the conservation of mass. Conservation of mass means the mass of tracers you are injecting is equal to the mass of tracer or the section where you have to measure the discharge. So the mass remains constant. If you take section 1 and section 2, section 1 is at the injection point, and this is the stream. Here and here is section 1. This is section 1, 2. Here let you have injected, and you want to determine the discharge. So here injection point, there is let M1 mass of tracer. Here it is my M2, that is mass of tracer in section 2. So M1 will be equal to M2. Conservative tracers don't undergo decay. The tracer which is used, it should be conservative. There should not be decay. The concentration should not be reduced. The mass should not be reduced. Mass should not reduce. Total mass should remain constant. That means the mass should be conserved along the channel. Okay, that type of tracer is used. The conservative tracer is used for the discharge measurement. There is two methods of injection. One is constant rate of injection method, and another is sudden injection method. Okay, there are different. Constant rate of injection method means continuously at constant rate the tracer is injected. Sudden injection method means suddenly just a lump sum amount of this tracer, that chemicals or whatever tracer, okay, that is added. Some mass of the tracer is added into the system. What are the different types of tracers? Chemicals, fluorescent dye, radioactive material. Chemicals, it can be salt, it can be sodium dichromate. Fluorescent, different names are there. Rhodamine, WT, sulfuric rhodamine, W extra. There is a different names of the tracer. Radioactive material, bromine 82, sodium 24, iodine 730. Okay, these are the tracers which are conservative. So that's why these are the specially tracers which are used for the discharge measurement. So first come to this sudden injection method. Means here let this is the river. Okay, this is the river. Here this is the section 1, this is section 2. So at this section 1 the tracer is injected. Okay, the mass or at this point of injection, which is that I am considering section 1, this is section 2. Okay. So here the M1 will be volume V1 into C1. You know that volume, that is volume of injected tracer. The volume into concentration. Concentration means it is in gram per cc, that is mass per volume. So if we multiply with volume, concentration into volume, it will give you the rate of mass. So here mass is m1 is calculated like this. So here at this section, so m2 is calculated means by adding the q in the discharge here into C2 minus C naught into dt. C2 means the concentration that you are measuring at this point. C naught is the concentration before the test. Means here initially might be there is some concentration here of that particular dye. Okay, that is called background concentration. That is called background concentration. Means before the test there might be some concentration in the river. There might be some dye if previously done or some due to some reason. Okay, so this difference, the C2 minus C naught into dt into Q is the mass of tracer at this section 2. So in different time interval if we take, then it will be added. In sum of the mass in each interval. So applying conservation of mass, m1 is equal to m2. Whereas v1 c1, so v1 c1 is equal to this integration of t1 to t2 into q into c2 minus c naught into dt. So q is equal to v1 c1 divided by integration of t1 t2 into c2 minus c naught to dt. Okay, so V1 is the volume of injected tracer, C1 is the injected tracer concentration, C2 is concentration at section 2, C0 is the background concentration at section 2 before the test. Okay, this is the plot. It's at section 2 only. Here it will be, here is just mass, a particular mass is injected. Okay. So here after dilution it will increase gradually. It will reach to a peak point, then it will decrease like gradually it will decrease like this. This is a peak point. This is the peak point. This is called tail. Okay. If there is some initial the background concentration, that will be somewhere here. Background concentration, some minimum concentration might be there. That will be here in the graph. Okay, means from that initial point it will start. Next is constant rate injection. So here that we got the discharge, okay, using this mass conservation, we got the discharge which is equal to V also divided by integration of T1 to T2 C2 minus C0 into dt. So if you know the volume of injection that tracer, volume of tracer into concentration, if you can measure the concentration for the putting into the river, divided by integration of C2 minus C0 into dt. C2 is the concentration that we are measuring here at this section 2, and C0 is the background concentration of the tracer. Next is constant rate injection. Constant rate means it is continuous process. The rate is constant. So here, like this is the section 1, this is the section 2, and here the mass will be, total mass of injection will be QC0 plus QTC1. Means here the tracer is added with the water, with the liquid, whatever liquid you are considering here, or water if you are considering, okay, natural stream, so it's water. So water, the injection is done, and it is a continuous process. Okay, so QP is a stream discharge. QT is not the stream discharge. Okay, just one mistake here. QT is the discharge of solution, tracer solution. The solution you are adding, okay, you are adding here Q2. Q is already there. means that is the flow. Okay, so initial concentration is C naught. Initially, before the test, background concentration is C naught. So the mass will be Q C naught, initial mass Q C naught, plus the discharge here we are adding QT C1. Okay, means here the C1 concentration we are adding, the pressure we are adding, so QT C1. So total mass at the section 1 will be QC naught plus QT C1. At the section 2, it will be M2 will be this Q. Okay, then we are adding QT, that will be total QT. So Q plus QT is the total discharge here. Okay, and the concentration is let C2. So M2 will be, means mass at section 2 will be Q plus QT whole into C2. So if you apply conservation of mass, then M1 must be equal to M2. So QC naught plus QT C1 should be equal to Q plus QT into C2. So if you simplify, we will get Q is equal to C1 minus C2 divided by C2 minus C0 into QT. So like this, the discharge is measured. Okay. Here in this plot it is shown that at section 1, the C1, okay, that we are adding. Now initially background, already background concentration is there, C0. Okay, this is the background concentration at section 1 and section 2 both. Okay, so background concentration was C0, and here C1 is the concentration that we are adding. And the section 2, if you are continuously adding, then it will increase. Okay, like this it will increase. Which is C2 is the concentration. So this C2, okay, into Q plus QT. That means the discharge into concentration is the mass. The discharge is total discharge is the flow discharge plus the concentration that you are adding, means the pressure you are adding, that is QT. Q plus QT all into C naught. And M1 that Q C naught, and C naught is the already that is existing, that C naught into Q, okay, plus QT C1. QT means the tracer discharge into the concentration of the tracer. Okay, that you are adding. So applying conservation mass, it will be Q equal to C1 minus C2 divided by C2 minus C0 into Q2. Let's solve this small problem. 25 mg of solution of fluorescent dye was discharged into a stream at a constant rate of 10 centimeter cube per second. The background concentration of the dye in stream was found to be 0. There is no background, means C0 is 0. Background concentration is 0. This 25 mg solution of fluorescent dye was discharged into a stream. That means the C1, the concentration we are adding to the stream, that is C1. So C1 is 25 mg per liter, which is equal to 0.025 gram per liter. The stream at constant rate of 10 centimeter cube per second, means that dye which is added to the stream, it is with the stream discharge 10.10 cm cube per second. Means with this, by mixing, after mixing of the dye with this water, okay, it is added. And it is added at this rate. Discharge is 10 cm cube per second. That is the tracer discharge. The background concentration dye in stream was found to be 0. At a downstream section so far away, the dye was found to be reached an equilibrium concentration, means fully soluble. Okay, of 5 parts per billion. Estimated Q. Downstream section away from the dye was found to be reached in equilibrium condition 5 parts per billion, means C2 is 5 parts per billion. 5 parts per billion. 5 parts means 5 into 10 to the minus 9 gram per liter. That is the C2. The C1 is given, C2 is given, Q naught is given, and C naught is given. So all these 4 data we have to put here. This Q is equal to C1 minus C2 divided by C2 minus C naught into Q. So if we put the values, then we will get discharge is equal to 50 meter cube per second. Okay, so this, remember, you have to use if there is constant rate of injection and it is continuously. This method is used if there is sudden injection. Okay, sudden injection of pressure into the stroke. Okay, this much. Thank you so much.